Powered by Riverside.
There we go. All right. Thank you for joining us here on the Spyshack podcast, where super fans get together to talk about the latest episode of The Challenge. So we are here, and Ruth is joining us again to talk about the latest episodes of The Challenge. We haven't been around for the last couple of weeks. Part of my fault, part of just not being around, right? And
one of them was
Ruth
my
is ready.
fault, 'cause I think
Ruth is ready to yap.
I went to Wasselfest. Hey, going to yap.
So yeah, we have quite a bit of weeks to catch up on real quick. I think we can just run real quick through the previous 2 weeks. The last time we talked, we saw Corey beating Josh in the challenge. Now, right after that, we had Aziz and Jenny in the sand. What did you think about? Oh, I'm sorry, Aviv. I call her Aziz. Aviv, and Jenny in the sand. What did you think about that particular elimination?
What did they have to do again?
It was that triangle with the ball, and they had to throw it out into that ring.
Oh, yeah, that was so
That was tough.
unfair. It was tough. I love Aviv. I was rooting for her the whole time. I have nothing against Jenny. I think this is my first time seeing Aviv on a show. And so I became a fan quickly. And so I was sad to see her go, but also, like, I was going to say at least one of the angels still made it, but they were both angels. But I would have liked to rather have seen Aviv stay, just because Jenny's accent gets annoying, honestly. I think that's the only thing I don't like about her is her accent and the horrible editing. The horrible editing on her breathing. Oh my
Especially
God,
in this last one.
Yes,
we'll come back to that.
Played.
We'll come back to that one here shortly. Now, I don't remember much more that I wanted to talk about in that particular episode, but yeah. Well, that was the one where they had to do it through the tunnels, right?
Yes, and Aviv got lost.
What I liked is when they showed the map and they showed her like 3 miles away from the course.
That would have been Sarah. My sister.
What, did they not tell them that they had to find the puzzle first, or did she not listen? Or
they said
I don't
follow
remember
the path, and what happened was, because it's a real tunnel, right? So there's other things, and so they blocked off areas with sticks. But she's so small, and she just went right through the sticks.
That's
so she just needed to follow the path. But yeah, she got all jacked up.
The one thing I did want to talk about that, other than that, was Johnny not being able to put TJ's face together because he had the wrong side of the cube, and he was the first one that we saw. And a couple of people didn't realize it was him because they didn't know that there was the opposite side. That was pretty good. At the end of the day, Aviv goes home, and one of the angels is eliminated.
An angel has fallen.
Who did do you remember who Jenny ended up nominating at that time? It was Derek. Corey?
No, Corey was already gone.
No. Aviv went out before Corey. Because it was Corey beat Okay. Corey beat Josh.
But then how did we talk about Corey? And we didn't talk about Aviv.
Corey went
I know, but we
went home last week.
But didn't we talk about it?
Because Corey took out Josh.
Is that when Corey we talked about Corey?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Like I said, it's been a while.
Okay, so she picked Corey,
Derek,
and Jordan.
Jordan won the challenge, so he was immune.
See.
And Derek. So some of the big names have been taken out by players that people didn't really realize were gonna be big players this season. Was it Paulie got taken out? by someone who did probably get taken out by.
Probably was not a big player to be taken
Well,
out.
no, but he's like
He's short.
yeah, I don't know.
CT. CT got taken out by Nehemiah. That
Daryl
was a huge one.
Daryl
Darrell
too,
got
right?
taken out by I don't know who he got taken out
Who
by.
was he taken
Was
by?
it Corey?
No, wasn't it
Oh,
Derek's friend?
Kylan.
Oh, it was Kylan. Okay, yeah.
It might have been Kylan.
If you go by the narrative of this season, Michelle eliminated Olivia, even though I think Michelle's one of the stronger players that we've seen in a while, but not this season for whatever reason. So those are the three. Derek and Corey go at it. Tabitha, Ruth's sister, has not been watching this season, but she actually came in as I was watching this, and she went to the room, and I go, Corey got eliminated. She's like, what? Derek beat Corey? I'm like, yep. See, she actually watched this last episode with me. Was there anything in that particular episode that we needed to? That was the car driving off the cliff. I just don't know. I don't like. I didn't really get why people were so upset with Cara Maria playing around that she was doing so bad at getting back to the shore. It's just, I mean, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm. I think it's just they needed something to talk about for that challenge because it was pretty basic. Like, it's not like you had to drive the car off yourself. Like, it did it on its own. You just had to do the plugs. The car launches and then it drops you in the water and you swim. Like, there wasn't. Yes, there's strategy or whatever to do it, but like, they really all had to do is plug in stuff and swim.
Yeah.
And so I guess there's not much to talk about other than to pick on Cara.
Yeah. So yeah, this is the episode. Derek did a really good thing in bringing the bricks already in, for the most part, already in the order that they needed to be. Because when Corey brought everything, it was such a mess that he just fell behind at that point. So he did a really good job. Like I said, who would have thought Derek would have beat Corey? Corey's huge compared to Derek.
And it really didn't come down to strength. It came down to the strategy. Like, Corey got all his stuff over there first, but that wasn't the elimination. He had to get the puzzle. And so had he done what Derek was doing,
well, that's why
really close.
Who did Michelle beat? Was it Olivia when she beat her that way?
Yeah.
Same thing. She just
the puzzle.
Mm-hmm. She outmaneuvered her.
Yeah.
Yep. And what brings us to this week, who what's it called? Derek nominated
Jenny, Rachel, and Cara.
Yep. Change of venue. Finally, we were talking about the change of venue happening right before the finale. This is the finale to the finale, I guess. Finale to the final 8.
There still has to be at least 2 more episodes because the final is usually 2 episodes long.
well, not, especially now that they did it the overnight ones, right? They do the overnight. Yeah. So yeah,
and then
it's
still
gonna
be
2 episodes
next week. So we still gotta wait another. We're going into 2025 without a champ. Still,
there is. They're stretching this season way too long. Well, I think we would be okay if the first half of the season did not take so long. We were already saying this needs to already change up already, right?
Yeah.
Because as soon as that happened, this particular season actually got way better.
You also have to think about it too. This is the first time they've had 40 contestants. So they had to eliminate, and even though with purges and stuff, it's still 40 people.
They should have done 1 more purges than just 2. They really should have. So I wanted to ask you, what did you think about Bananas' comment to Tori? Because Tori was talking about this season, how she thought that she was going to have to fight a big old alliance or whatever. Yeah. And Banana kind of threw it at her face, is like, well, it's because you were part of that alliance, so we were trying to fight against you.
I mean, he wasn't wrong in lying and saying that. But as far as him playing a victim, it's like, it's bananas.
I don't even think he's playing the victim. I think he's actually telling the truth. And it's, yes, he's stirring the pot. This is the way they know that's the way he is.
Mm-hmm. Which is why Jordan is just like, I'm gonna eat my food, I'm gonna drink my drink. Like, Jordan pays no attention to Bananas.
But the thing is, when I was watching this with Tabitha, I told her, You know, Tori and Jordan kind of played the same game this season. They've been together this whole time,
They
and
won at least 2 challenges that I can remember where they were both the best
mhm.
female and the best male.
And they played the side game, right, where they weren't technically on anyone, but they didn't take that stand. They didn't really. They kind of just
They
were
went with
promising.
they went with the Michelle side versus the
Hmm.
John. Well,
And I go,
because of Devin, because
this is
Tori
Devin,
and
yeah.
Devin are close, and Devin was dating Michelle. But
But at that
honestly,
point, that put them on that side, the bigger
mhm.
side.
But anybody who plays with Tori or Jordan, they know that they're each other's number one. Like they know no one's getting chosen over Jordan or Tori with each other. So like to me, they played a good social game. Like they could be on whose ever alliance, they could be friends with whoever they want to be. At the end of the day, everybody knows.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm at least their number 2 or their number 3. Like Rachel said it. She's like, I know I'm not above Tori, but at least I'm number 2. Like they had to fight for the number 2s and 3s on Jordan and Tori's list because you're dumb if you're thinking that
Well, that's
if you're oblivious to them being in an alliance together.
but that's my problem with this whole way that they've been playing this season is that pretty much everyone was okay being 2 or 3, 4, 5 with their alliance. I'm like, if you're not number one in the alliance, you need to take out the number one so that you can become number one.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that that's part of another game coming into what how I'm thinking about it, but still, it is something that you should think about when if
Mm-hmm.
you're not the number one person in that alliance, you need to position yourself into that game plan and get into the alliance as number one. I'm trying to think of what else happened here. And Michelle and Cara Maria had birthdays like really close together. At least we don't
Well,
know
the
how
editing,
how
yeah,
how far along
at least
these
a week
episodes are. Yeah.
because one episode was Michelle's, the other episode was Kara's.
Hmm. So
And then, am I wrong? I'm gonna get our whole podcast canceled. Us and the 2 people. Like I'm like, this is too much of a coincidence about everything about Derek and his sister. And I thought maybe they were making it up because I was like, I've never heard him talk about his sister, but maybe they just never aired it. And then I was
yeah.
nervous and I was like, well, maybe he's going home. But they were showing a lot of background for Corey and for Derek. So I was just scared. I was like, oh my God, I don't know which one of them is going home because they're showing so much about both of them.
um
But I didn't mean
but
to
and
go
then
back to
in this
Corey. But yeah.
particular episode they talked about Derek's brother.
Right.
Which kind of he wasn't going home either at that point. There was no way that he was gonna go home. I knew. Well, let's talk about the challenge real quick. Tough challenge. I know. I almost died going up the stairs at the mall. So I'm pretty sure this would have been bad, but
I was like, what mall? But then I remembered the story.
um,
I was like, we didn't go to a mall in Idaho, but that was before. Okay.
yeah. So yeah, I I would have been last place in this one. Although, um, who was the last place in the? It was Cara Maria, right? Cara Maria was the last place.
No, Michelle.
Oh, Michelle was the last
Tori,
place.
Tori.
Dang.
It was
That's
Tori
right.
and
I'm already forgetting. I just watched
Derek.
it. Yeah. What the heck, Kylan? How did you not finish that puzzle so
Honestly,
quick?
if you didn't have it facing the right way, because it could have been one way, but you needed to flop it the other way. And I didn't catch this, but on the challenge T, let me see if I can pull it up and show it on my screen. On the editing where it shows Jenny walking off with her puzzle completed, it's wrong. It wasn't even
The that little thing, right, was far
wasn't
down.
lined up. So it
Yeah.
those 2 should have been switched and one of them had to be flipped the other way.
Yeah.
I was like, dang. The glare. I don't know how to do it, but all illegal. What if I lower my brightness? Hold on, those are my
the light
messages.
from the. I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
Okay.
I saw it.
I was trying to show
What's it
our
called?
fans.
See if you can send it to me directly, and I'll see if I can bring it up on my screen.
On Insta, or how do I send it? Like I can send it to you on
Oh, you know what? I'm
Instagram?
not on my computer. Never mind. I'm not on I'm not on my personal computer. Anyways, we'll figure out how to put that up there. I knew that Cara Maria and Tori were going to be the challenge because they've been building this up all season. How Tori wants to be known as one of the top women in the like the Mountain Rushmore of which I already feel like she's already shown that she's one of the strongest women to play this game. So, but I'm pretty sure they built this up because they wanted it to be right before the finale, for that showdown to happen, right?
And then the whole episode to this past week was about Tori and Cara being friends and them talking about how they were so glad to be friends. I was like, oh, those two are going in.
Now, Jordan says he chose Cara Maria because he had a handshake deal with Rachel, and I call BS. I call BS because I feel like he didn't know what the challenge was. So I feel like he felt that Tori's best chance of coming back in was against Cara Maria and not against Rachel.
But he did have a handshake with Rachel.
I know he did. But I call BS that that's the only reason that he didn't put Rachel in. I feel
Jordan is a man of his word, and he's never like
I'm not
back on his word. So
I just don't buy that he would. And if he, let's say he had a handshake with Cara Maria, I still feel he would have put Cara Maria in because it gives him the best chance to have Tori make it to the next stage.
I don't know. He's about throwing in. I mean, Rachel and Cara are both big names in the challenge. I mean, and even Rachel said it. Last time I was in a final was 20 years ago. There was no overnights. There was no moving locations. Like the game has changed since the last time she won. So she was even nervous about it. But the men also have to be smart in who they keep because the way the finals have been going for the last at least 10 seasons is each leg of the race you run with a different person. So it's a guy and a girl, and then you make it to one leg and then you get to switch it up. So like you got to make sure that you're okay with being partnered with one of those girls at any point of the game. Again, there's no right or wrong answer, I think, when it comes to Rachel or Cara Maria. But I don't know.
I would have died in that challenge.
I was like, ooh, I love to tread water. And I'm like, they're not even treading, they're just floating. I was like, I could float for hours. But yeah, and then once you got to stick up your arms, I don't know about all that.
I would have died like in 5 minutes, and I would have sunk right to the bottom.
Okay, but also like, what a boring challenge to finally have Tori and Cara head to head.
This should have been the triangle ball thing.
Yes, for sure.
That would have been good. So this season has really let me down with some of these challenges. We've had a lot of challenges that were like, what the heck was that? We've had some good challenges too, but this was one of those like 2 hours of just people just treading or swimming or floating, right? And then there's a snake that they were making a big deal about, trying to give drama to the thing.
Yeah.
If there was a really poisonous snake, I'm pretty sure there was someone there that would have stopped it from coming in. There was no danger of that being an actual poisonous snake that was going to get them, you know?
I thought they unleashed it like to make it worse, I thought there was going to be more coming. I was like, dang, I would definitely be out. Even, yeah, it's not poisonous or anything, but the fact of a snake, ugh, heck no.
At the end of the day, Cara Maria goes down. I mean, she lasted what, 3
hours?
3 hours, yeah. I mean, just moving your arms and your legs for 3 hours, that had to be tough. And she almost went down at 2 hours, right? And she was still able to stay out there for an hour, extra hour. So next week we're going to the finale. They didn't go to back to the hotel or wherever they were at. They were staying on that boat. So I'm assuming it looks like they're starting off the leg in on the boat. We see Jordan throwing up, and I think everyone's just struggling, right? Just struggling trying to figure out how to figure out this first leg of the finale.
I don't even recall seeing any previews. I watched it last night when I got home, and I didn't finish it till like 1 a.m. And I was like, I was trying to stay awake to see who wins, and then I went to bed.
The only thing I remember is that there's some puzzle or some sort of thing on the bottom side of the boat, and then I see Jordan throwing up.
I think my thing got cut off, my recording. No. I do remember this part where TJ's like, he's like, I want to introduce you to something or whatever. There is a karma vote. And then Johnny Bananas, I might as well jump off this ship. Like, he's like, I'm out of here.
So what do you think it's going to be? It's going the person with the least amount of points gets to start off further back, or
yeah, there's going to be some way, shape, or form where it affects you. But oh man, I couldn't stop laughing when he was like, "Karma vote, he's like, I might as well jump off now." Oh my god!
At the beginning of this, like a couple of weeks ago, I said that the only people I wanted to win was Kylan or Johnny for the guys. I actually wouldn't mind Derek
to win.
Why? I like him. I like him enough, but I don't know. I feel like he's kind of a little boring. I find him boring. I actually prefer Derek to win than Jordan.
I wouldn't mind.
I wouldn't mind any of these winning.
Yeah, and I went to bed thinking like, dang, who do I want to win this? Like, I can't figure out if I would prefer Johnny or Jordan. Like, out of those two, I can't pick one because I love them both. I really was a big fan of Kylan his first season. And this season, I think because of the fact that he worked with Michelle, who I don't like. And like, I don't know, it was just different to see him. I mean, he didn't do it again. It's just, I think the people he was aligned with, I wasn't like, really? Those are people you're gonna be with? But I think I would rather see Derek over Kylan. And again, as far as Johnny and Jordan, I can't pick one.
His performance, though, in this last one kind of like dropped him down in my. I'm like, what? He's like, and even Banana said, right? He's like, he's done, or is it, or was it Jordan that said he's really smart. He's been able to do these, and he's still up there trying to do this.
Because Bananas was the last one to the puzzle, and he finished second.
The thing is that at least Johnny was on. I think Jordan was even in front of him, wasn't he? He could have seen Jordan's puzzle if he wanted to, and figured this out.
It was Kylan and Jordan, like
behind him.
Yeah. Jordan was behind Kylan.
Where was Jenny compared to him? There was someone he could have leaned over to look at someone's.
I think the way they were facing it, they were all facing it towards them. And then you have the person's back behind them. So if you were to turn around, all you see is the back of their boards. Because I want to say they were all lined up in the same row.
I don't know. I just feel like someone could have easily cheated on this, and it's not cheating if it's available to see. So
why cheat when the freaking producers will cheat for you?
Exactly. Yeah.
Not that I wanted Jenny. Not that I wanted Jenny to lose. I wanted the Angels to be safe.
Yeah. Well, see, Tabitha, the first full episode she saw all season, and she said, "What is up with the editing on this episode? Like, it's not this episode; it's the whole season. It's been the editing has been
Welcome to
pretty
our
bad.
world.
Yeah, it's been bad all season. Because I think Michelle went from, they showed her at one point, and she was like, they were like almost equal, and then they showed it again, and it was like this, and I'm like, what is going on? How are they doing this? And she even pulled it out. It's like, that was bad. She's way up. She's way ahead of her, and they showed it almost tied.
Mm-hmm. But either way, a new car would have been fine because even with the editing, or even with the horrible ending, it was way more than 3 minutes had passed when Michelle and Tori were competing.
So yeah, finale. First part of the finale. Is there an episode next week because of Christmas or?
I have no idea. That's what I'm saying. We're gonna go into the new year. We still got 3 episodes. 4.
4.
It's finale 1, finale 2,
Oh,
and then
the
reunion part 1 and the reunion part 2. They always break it up into 2 episodes.
I mean, this is kind of the reason why Tabitha and I kind of fell off of the challenge because we felt that it was dragging on way too long.
I don't know if it's because I'm doing a podcast this season, but I don't think a season's ever gone on this long. But I was like, dang, is this usually how long I watch it?
You know, but there was that time where the season would finish, and then they would have those mini seasons, like the pros versus athletes or whatever. And it was like 3 weeks or 4 weeks, and then the new season would start. And I'm like, I told Tabitha, I need a longer period of time before the next season starts because
I don't, because this is all I watch.
There's too much going.
Which the new season of All Stars Rivals is going to be on MTV.
Oh, they're bringing it over?
Yeah, they're bringing it to MTV, so I get to see that season of All Stars.
Let's see, challenge next week.
If anybody wants to talk to me with it or talk with me about it, because I don't think we're doing a podcast on this show, or for that.
We might. I don't know.
For the All Stars Rivals.
Yeah, why not?
Why not get another 2 followers?
So here's what I because the Survivor finale was last night, and what we're having the same kind of challenge, but that we had with the challenge podcast was not having a lot of people live. We are having we're actually having a steady number actually completing the podcast. But we would like more people to actually watch live so that they can talk to us, because really that's what when I first started doing this podcast, it was what we really liked was talking to the people and chatting with the people as we're talking about the episode. Yes. And we would like to do that more. At that time, social media, we were really active in social media. It's fallen off, especially since I was gone for about 6 years doing my college stuff. I'm going to get back on social media. I'm going to get on more social media, and I'm going to be more active on recruiting people and actually promoting it. So
instead of sending us reels, you can be promoting our podcast. Because
I do send a lot of those.
A lot of reels throughout the day. Y'all think I yap? He's born to share reels.
Oh, I talk a lot. I'll talk a lot. If you talk to me about Survivor, I won't stop talking about Survivor.
I know I don't even talk to you about Survivor when you bring it up in this podcast. Yeah. I don't know how many times. Every week.
At least once a week. And I said I'm gonna do at least once. Just because it's in my blood. I didn't say
in your blood. Your parents were on Survivor or what?
Yup.
Como que blood.
It's not. We're not gonna have an episode next week.
Dang it!
Because this is episode 7 was December 18th, which is yesterday. Episode 18 is on January 1st.
Oh, they can do it on New Year's Day, but not on Christmas.
So, well, this is not an official website. This is like nextepisode.com or something like that.
If I have to wait another 2 weeks, I'm gonna die. This is why I don't. This is all I watch. And in my downtime, I watch the old seasons on Pluto.
Okay, so we fell off of this, but next time you are gonna have to at least recommend at least one episode or one season at the beginning, and then we'll do it at the end again. I
guess I can recommend a season. I don't know about an episode.
No, episode no, a season.
War of the Worlds. That's when like the feud got really bad between Cara and Tori and Polly and Jordan, because
someone
who's here? How do you see?
Let's see.
What do you see?
Someone said, "Hey, bro, what's up?"
What the heck? Not much. What's up with you? Who's that?
I'm like, hey, what are you watching? I'll talk to you through here. Are you watching the challenge?
Say your name. Tanuja.
Yeah, how do you say your name? I don't want to accidentally say it wrong.
It threw me off.
But yeah,
Um,
I saw a flashback of CT, and he was bald. I'm like, what? And like he was like actually he was thin. He wasn't swole.
yeah, every season he looks different. So it wasn't no shade. It was that was the season. It wasn't the season that okay, so the way that season worked, there was the non-Americans and the American. Team USA and team was it the Brits? I think it was the Brits. When you went down to elimination, which your team voted you in, obviously, right? If you won, you got to choose if you went back to your team or you switched over to the other side. The Americans kept sending Jordan and Tori in week after week after week. And they're going against their own. Were they going against the Brits? Yes, they were going against somebody else from the other team, right? And it's like finally, like Jordan and Tori were like, they're gonna keep sending us in. We might as well go play with the Brits, join them, and then help them win so then we can start picking off the Americans and telling them
So let me
that.
ask you: do you prefer the way that they're doing it this time around, where you have to nominate somebody if you win, or do you prefer that your team votes someone in to vote against the challenge to go into the challenge? Because
Because it's
that's
been
the one
like
I
this
know more.
yeah, I think it's better as a team. I mean, you have to politic more
Hmm.
and it's not so biased. Like when Jordan wins, it's like, oh, he's not picking Tori. He's not going to pick whoever. But they have been playing it this way for a while where if you win, you have an advantage. And the House may have a vote for something else,
Hmm.
but the two winners, the guys and the girls, they both have like the final say on who's going to go down there against the loser or against the House vote.
I really I'm trying to think. I think I do like the other version better. I really do like where if you screwed someone over, you should have to have some consequences, right? And your team's gonna throw you in, and that whole thing of being able to switch over to the sides, that's pretty good. That's if why are you gonna keep going back to the people that are gonna keep throwing you in?
Right. The thing was, not to give up too much. Well, they went to the Brits. Well, then the Brits were throwing in Tori and Jordan because they weren't going to give out their own people. And they were like, we've been here helping you win. Like, y'all are winning now. And like, y'all still want to. So it was hilarious. It was so annoying. And that's when Jordan proposed actually on that season. But anyways, um, it's also like back in the day, like if you were like rowdy or like not misbehaving, but like causing drama in the house, you would get voted into elimination. Like people would get tired of somebody's attitude, they'd vote them in. And it's also like I think that's where a lot of the problems, I guess, Kara had in the house. Not that she was problematic in the past, but like when you're not the favorite person and it like hurts your ego
Hmm.
like when you go up and everybody says your name and it's like nobody likes you and like they would always do that to Kara. So like she never had friends. She never felt like anybody was on her side.
If you're
And so that's
watching,
the
can y'all
messed
tell
up
us what
part.
your favorite season of the challenge is?
Oh yes, tell me.
Um, what's it called? The I'm trying to remember my favorite season. Um, actually my favorite season was Rivals, where Johnny screwed over Sarah. Um, that wasn't one of the first ones, but that was the first one that I saw where like I saw someone being just like cold blooded. And I was already a Bananas fan, but not that like I'm a Bananas fan because I like to see him being that
Bananas.
way,
Yeah.
and not because I actually like condone what he does, but
Right.
because this is like MTV reality show. I really like the way he acts towards people. It stirs the pot. But
For sure.
yeah. So we'll be I guess back in 2 weeks to talk about well, I don't even know. It's New Year's Day, right? We'll see. It should be Thursday. No, we should
We'll
be
see
able
you
to
in
do this.
2025, fam.
Yeah. Um, but like I said, we were talking about this in the previous one for Survivor. Um, since that season's over, what's coming up next? January 9th,
Traitors.
Traders, which, like I said on that one, there is a rumored possible challenge person coming in partway through the season. Who knows if that's actually true or not? Um, but I wouldn't see why they wouldn't bring back someone, especially since they dominated last season. Um, what did they bring Bananas back because he
I
was the
feel
first
like,
boot?
yeah, I feel like if they were gonna bring somebody, it'd have to be not have to be, but it would be logically great to bring Bananas into the game because he did not get to play on his
Mhm.
season.
The
Which
rumor was there was going to be
good move on
everybody.
all those
Yeah.
people. They're like, get this guy out of here. But little did they know, CT is the biggest snake of all too. But I mean, I love him. But
What
yeah, he can.
I don't even feel like he was a snake in that season. I feel like he was pretty straightforward and pretty
He
faithful.
was. But what I'm saying, he was a faithful. But what's it called? No, he was. I love that guy. But it's just like, I guess they didn't like. He can be just as like scheming as
Mhm.
Bananas. He's just not. It's not. He doesn't always show his cards.
He I think people like him more because he's more of a lovable character than really a
Hmm.
scheme like a rascal character.
Yeah,
Um, the rumor was that it might be Wes coming in,
that's what I heard.
which I'm not a fan of Wes. So I think if he comes in, I'm pretty sure he's going to be voted out pretty quickly, or he's going to be killed
Yeah.
off. Um, yeah, we have that coming along. We also have what's it called Deal or No Deal Island, which they're asking me to cover with people. I don't know if we're do that one or not. Um, really, it's the Survivor people being on these shows. That's why we're being asked to cover them. Dr. Will was not on the challenge, right?
Doctor Who?
Will?
No, never
That's
heard of that
I think
guy.
his big brother. I think he's big brother. But yeah. What else? I don't even know what else shows else of that. The Amazing Race might come back with Survivor next season, so we might do that one. But that might get a little hairy doing Survivor, Amazing Race, and the challenge all at once. So one of them is gonna have to drop. Well, either way, we'll figure it out. We do plan to do the traders, so stick around for that. If we do traders and the challenge is probably looks like it's gonna be on at that time still.
Who's doing
Um,
traders? Am I doing traders?
if you want to come on traders, you can come on traders. My my
No, you already have people. That's fine. I don't have Paramount.
I have Paramount.
I know. I'm going to go to your house every week.
No, no, it's not. It's not on Paramount. It's on Peacock.
I don't have it.
What's it called? The Survivor people are going to be on it, so you can come on. I already told them that you might be joining us.
I could be a guest
There you go.
every now and then whenever I watch when I'm caught up that week.
Okay, we'll do that then. We're and like I said, we're gonna try to see what's the best way to handle the social media. We're gonna try to get more of you all on live, and so that way you all know that we're going on live and not. Hopefully, you see the thing. And ask you guys questions and keep you all up to date with stuff like that. And I think Ruth is going to be managing more of the Instagram at least. We'll see how that works out. I think that's it. I think that's the last news for 2024 from the Spyshack podcast.
Yep. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year,
holidays.
and go Rachel, winner of Survivor 47.
Yeah. Okay. Bye.
And go Bananas for winners of the Challenge 40. I don't even know who I want as the girl. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind Rachel winning. Double Rachel.
There you go, double Rachel.
Or Tori. I like Tori.
And say Tori.
All right. We'll see you guys there. We'll leave you there, and we'll see you all next year in 2025 when we do some drastic changes, I guess, to the Spyshack podcast. We'll see you guys.
Bye. Number.
Senluja.